Find out what's going on. Get involved. Change things from the inside. Make a difference. Take pride. Multicultural at its best. The Luisa Marshall Show. Coming up.
Today, all news simply the best. Get involved. Let's do the right thing. Stop the spread of COVID-19. It's a pandemic that is still shaking the world with rising numbers of people infected every day. The horrifying experience of thousands of families not seeing their loved ones before their last breath. How can this happen in the world right now? Still to this day, there is no known cure. Doctors, nurses, health workers are helpless. But most of all, many families infected are helpless. Joining us on the show, Holly Skyy. She's an actor and a single mother of 3. Sometime in March, she developed symptoms of the deadly virus. She never got tested properly. She was asked to stay home and self-quarantine. Alone with her children, she bravely shared on Facebook the most painful experience as she battles the virus on her own. We are talking to Holly Skyy from her home to get a little grip of COVID-19. All these coming up. Hello, hello, hello. We are back on this beautiful sunny Vancouver day. If you decide to go out to get some sun with your family, make sure to practice social distancing and carry disinfectant wipes, hand sanitizer, alcohol, and even wear a mask. But if you can't do that, you better stay home. Okay? Canada has more infected people now, more so in Quebec and Ontario. But British Columbia can do better if we just follow all the rules, the essential guidelines. We are talking to Holly Skyy from her home to get a little grip of COVID-19, a reality that we can learn from. Hi, Holly. How are you?
Hi, Luisa. It's a pleasure to talk to you. I wish it was under better circumstances. I'm still recovering from COVID, so it's crazy times for sure.
It is.
But it's a pleasure to hear from you and be sharing my story of what's taking place in 2020.
How are you coping up, Holly?
I'm recovering. It's, there was a week where I was going through life and death myself. With my children here, I didn't expect to be going through this myself. So it's amazing that, I'm one of the blessed few to be here being able to share my story with you now. I'm still struggling myself to get better, but I'm amazed to be able to be sitting here talking to you right now and be one of the survivors here at home. I was one of the ones that had to self-isolate and did not go to the hospital. So I'm still struggling, but I'm here. So I'm very fortunate. So yeah.
You did not go to the hospital at all?
I did not. In the epitome of realizing that I had it, I don't know if I blacked out or if that was a situation of God sparing my life in that moment, where it's a miracle that I even woke up, is to this day brings me to tears that I woke up that morning. So I'm beyond words for even to this moment. Brings me to tears that I'm here.
You consider yourself lucky, Holly?
Very lucky.
You're very lucky. How many you have children?
I have 3 children,
You have
and
3 children.
I do, yeah.
How are they? Are they infected or?
At this, you know what? Our family doctor says that, they may have had symptoms, and that they did not show any symptoms, but that they most likely did have the virus. They were here with me when at the time when I wasn't showing symptoms other than a cough. And that's how it started out, was with a dry cough that was very minimal. And I didn't know that I even had the virus. I just had a dry cough that would, show up here and there. And I had even gone to a walk-in clinic, and the day before the cough even disappeared. I had made an appointment with the clinic, and when I went in, I had 0 symptoms. The doctor checked me. And so then I just talked about my new medication I was on, but I insisted that she just checked me, and she checked and she said, "No, you're fine, no pneumonia." And I walked out, and the next day I was really ill. And it just turned that quickly.
And when was that?
I had made a couple notes, and I had gone to a walk-in clinic on March the 16th at 11:30 in the morning.
So during that time, you never knew that you had the virus, and the doctor didn't know that you had the virus? No. Did you ever get tested?
They never tested me. I actually did go to the testing site, and they still did not test me. They handed me this paper. I felt like I was being served papers, and it said, "As a person under investigation for COVID and not allowed to leave my home, just under self-isolation." My doctor did say that absolutely I have COVID. I wanted to cry because there's so many people at home who absolutely have the coronavirus, and they're just taking care of themselves when they should really be at the hospital. But people like me who, might be at home and are taking care of their kids, as, a single parent, and are stubborn or just not thinking clearly. And I'm one of those people. And they handed me these papers at the testing site and said, "Did you read the papers?" And I said, "Yes." But again, I wasn't thinking clearly. And I said, "Well, are you testing, or, what are my results?" And they said, "Did you read the papers?" And I said, "Yes." And it says here, "Home isolation while waiting for your COVID results." I never got COVID results because they didn't test me. They just handed me these papers. So I never did get tested. But
you never got the test. You never were tested. And yet you were thinking that you have it because all the symptoms, says that you have coronavirus. So how did they actually, in that paper that says that you have coronavirus without even the testing? Did it say you have coronavirus even without the testing?
It actually just says under investigation for COVID. But when I talked to 2 different doctors by video conference, and the difference between this and what I would say is a regular flu is the 2 different nights. The one particular night where, I did where I would say, I came very close to losing my life. Well, where I would say the one particular night, by God's hand, He did save my life in an act of God, is I went to take breaths, and I could not actually take in breath. And whether I passed out or actually, lost my life that night, I do not know what took place that night after trying to take those breaths in. all I know is there's no memory of what took place after trying to take those breaths in. I just know I woke up the next morning and I was lucky to be alive. That's the difference between, a flu where you just, you're not well, between actually trying to take breaths into your lung. And this is very different. This was actually, you can't breathe. And there's a big difference between a flu and not being able to breathe, where you're struggling and you can't breathe. And that's where when I look back and, I want to cry, because the people that are losing their lives actually can't breathe. And that's where you should reach out for help, is there's that difference of where those minutes, where you should be calling 911. And I'm realizing, I should have been reaching out. There were, in that 1 week period of those 3 days, where on the Tuesday where I couldn't breathe and I thought about calling 911, and I don't know how many minutes there were. I don't know if I was capable to even call 911, because all of a sudden it just went black and I have no memory from that time period of when I thought about calling 911, and I didn't talk to my children because I didn't expect this. That's when I realized I had COVID. From that cough and not feeling well, I was in my home when my kids, I wasn't feeling well. I wasn't capable to do anything. I was laying on my couch. I couldn't cook meals and stuff. My kids were doing everything. When they were going to sleep, I was disinfecting things. I was using all my energy, but I actually wasn't capable to get from my bed. All I was capable to do was get from my bed to my couch. I had no energy. I couldn't go up and down my stairs. I was struggling for breath. Beyond that, I couldn't do anything. Like even now, I can count on one hand how many showers I've taken. So today was a big effort for me with this interview to, get into the shower and wash my hair and stuff. And get dressed. I did that for Easter and today. So, but, just taking in breath and conversation and stuff, I have my good moments. So it's hard to even tell people how I'm doing, because in one moment I'll have little pockets of where I'm feeling good and I'm happy, and it's nice to really laugh and have people. But in the next moment, all of a sudden I'm struggling because my lungs are weak. So I'm having little pockets of feeling good, and I'm normally a very positive person, so it feels good to laugh and that. But then that's where this virus is very different, because it'll just 2 minutes later, I can't even talk, where it just takes everything out of you and you're struggling for breath. And that's what's very different about this virus is I just want to weep for the people that have lost their family members.
I am just really super curious on,
Sure.
did you ever find out where you got the virus?
I didn't, I was, I'm suspecting it quite possibly because I've been going to physiotherapy. Really, it could have been from anywhere. It could have been from a gas handle pump, because the virus stays on metal. I was being super cautious, but I was going to physiotherapy, working with my kinesiologist at the gym. It could have been, everyone's cautious, wiping down the gym mats and stuff, but it could have been from a dumbbell. People, pick those up, and no one really sterilizes those, but I don't know, people don't show symptoms.
Yeah.
So, I could have caught it from the grocery store passing by someone, but I don't, I was never by anyone that was coughing. Just like myself, I wasn't showing symptoms. So, it's so hard to say, I don't place blame on anyone.
Yes.
There's no one to blame. So
Otherwise, Holly, you have been a very healthy lady.
yes,
You're
yeah,
healthy. And
yeah.
so when this happened, were you sick before this, or you really just got sick?
You know what? I just had that little cough, and it wasn't showing itself often. I could even control the cough sometimes, but sometimes it just, would come out every once in a while. And I was working with my kinesiologist, but I was going to the gym, but I wasn't even coughing at the gym. So
I cough from like a cold or from allergy, just like me. I got allergies.
You know what? I don't have allergies, so
wow.
The cough was there actually for quite a while. So I don't know if the cough was just from a cold, and then the cough came.
Yeah.
Like, it's so confusing to me because I had actually started a new medication, from a car accident, so from my whiplash. So it was very confusing for me. While I was going to the gym, I was actually getting weaker. So I thought it was from the new medication. And actually, it had nothing to do with the medication. I wanted to quit the medication because I thought it was making me weaker, and I was experiencing joint pain, but it was actually the virus.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know. So I was experiencing a whole bunch of things at once, and I didn't realize it was actually the virus.
It's the virus because you were coughing before you even...
Yeah, so it was very confusing to me. I didn't realize it was a virus. I thought it was my new medication. So I wanted to quit my new medication, and I had talked to I didn't even get to talk to the neurologist. I wanted to quit the medication thinking it was that, but it was actually the virus.
Wow.
Yeah.
When was the first time that you feel better?
It's been hit and miss. It's just been little pockets, but like on Sunday I was talking to my sister-in-law, and I was feeling pretty good for probably about an hour, and then as we were talking, it hit me, and I was having breathing problems, and it scared her as we were talking, because all of a sudden I couldn't breathe. I was struggling, and we had to hang up instantly. So I have to be careful. It's not an instant healing. I'm assuming it's going to be a couple of weeks, so I have to do my breathing exercises. I'm still doing the lemon ginger drinks and my vitamins. So it's not a instant healing thing. So I'm having to go through this protocol and that. But I know I'm going to get through this. So I want anyone that's not doing well, and that I take care of yourself. And if you any support that you have, people that are around you that can help you, do that. Social distancing, I'm so disheartened. I've been hearing about people saying that this is a hoax, and from what you told me, Luisa, it is not a hoax. It is not a hoax. This is the real deal.
And I'm so sorry. I just have to find somebody who can prove that this is not a hoax. And that's you, Holly.
It's real, and it's not a regular flu by no means. So
so sorry that this happened to you and to your family, to your children. They must have been so scared, the past days. But I'm pretty sure, like, looking at you right now, Holly, you really look. You look like Holly.
Thank you.
It's like, wow. I mean, I just don't understand. I just want you to join our team to really tell people to listen and to take care. Yes, it's social distancing, staying home, staying safe. Not infecting others, not us getting infected, is like the best thing that we can ever do to help.
For sure. Well, you know what? I believe everything happens for a reason, and it brings out the best things and the worst things in people. And, this is a time where, for people like us, you show love, you encourage people, and yeah, it's opened my eyes to a different perspective. It's shown me, like, maybe at times I haven't been the most supportive person to, people that have been sick, where I realized, I could have been a more supportive person too, where, I was thinking about, my own problems, and, that's what we do. So it's been an eye-opener for me too, to how I can be a more supportive person when people are hurting or going through trying times themselves. And, how we can always better ourselves too, right? So that's what it's about. So,
well, right now, Holly, you have to take care of you.
Well, it's amazing what I've gone through during this time. I was surprised at the different, I was amazed at, the amount of support and encouragement that I've had during this time. People didn't see me at my worst during that 1 week period of what I would call life and death.
God loves you. And you're still here, and you're still there for your kids.
Yes.
You've got 3 kids. How old are they?
13, 14, and 16.
Oh my gosh, that's...
Yeah, and you know what? I'm just so amazed that at this point they are healthy, and all the disinfecting we were doing during this time when I was so ill. A neighbor that I had to reach out to get my mail, everything happens for a reason, and that person blessed me with hospital disinfectant. I was able to, during this time, spray down my couches, my carpets, everything that kills COVID that's used in the hospitals. So God was just providing me with things I needed in my household to disinfect here. It was really incredible.
What else do you need, Holly? Let me know.
At this point right now, I'm not really sure. I can't even think right now. I'm like,
let me know. Let me know. You need shampoo, you need conditioner, you need makeup. Just I have a stack of those. Oh, I'm so sorry. I made you laugh.
Laughing is always good.
Yeah. Well, I'm just hoping that we can get through. You can get through this. I know you can, because I've been watching you really closely. You just don't know that. I've been watching you closely, and I'm really praying for you and for your family, for your children, and for you for better health, and just get back on your toes and start cooking again and being a mom. And we'll get back to you again as soon as you have recovered. And but in the meantime, you have to update me all the time on what's happening to you.
Okay.
And let me know what you need.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Let us know. I have a team here. We can all, get ourselves together. Probably send you my glam squad, and make yourself super Holly again.
Oh my gosh.
That's what you are.
In time, I would love that. Yeah, thank you.
And then we'll have coffee with Jackie and all your friends once everything is settled down, and this whole...
Looking forward to it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
But that's the thing, we got to keep our hopes up. Look at us. We stopped our world altogether. Our shows, we canceled our shows. It's we have a business, we have a restaurant, and we have to close. So people are, they're all whining. I mean, a lot of our friends have closed their businesses for good, and that really,
so devastating.
It is devastating. It hurts me. I've been down for days, and there are friends of mine who passed away. It's been such a crazy month.
Yeah.
But you know what we can do together, you, me, all the Hollies in the world who are, experiencing this deadly virus, like nasty,
Yeah.
nasty virus. I mean, all we can do is just to make a real big difference in the world. That if ever
Exactly.
they come up with this, then there is a much more like bigger purpose for you, Holly. So
Exactly.
I
For
wish
all
you
of
all,
us.
I wish you
All of
all the
us.
best, Holly. I mean, please, please, please get well soon.
Oh,
And
thank you, Luisa.
I'm gonna get back to you again. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. And yeah, thank you for reaching out to me. I appreciate it so much. And thank you for your prayers. And yeah, it's women like you where we're going to, we make a difference in the world. So I really appreciate that. And I really feel your love and your prayers. And for the future, I look forward to, working together with you. And I appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you. God bless you.
We love you, Holly. God bless you.
Love you too.
Okay, you take care.
Okay, thank you. You too.
Bye-bye, Holly.
Okay, bye-bye.
Welcome to Relive the Music, a brand new one-of-a-kind show that takes the audience through music history, trivia, and memories of the 50s and 60s.
We know that it is difficult for many of you to stay home. Maybe if you can practice the necessary precautionary measures and guidelines, then we can all be happy, 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 being free to walk at the park, along the beach, but please, no parties. Put this in your brains. Let us not get infected and let us not infect others, especially our loved ones. To Holly, thank you for sharing your story. Please get well soon. Please follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Thanks for watching. Please don't drink and drive, don't text and drive, always be kind. Let's stop bullies and coronavirus. Stay home, stay safe, stay strong. Wash your hands. See you next week. Bye-bye.